So firstly, what is ADHD? ADHD is an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is considered to be a neurobehavioral development disorder. ADHD prevalence in children aged 18 and under is estimated 7.2% worldwide, which is roughly 129 million in 2015. ADHD does not only affect children, but it also can affect the adults, and in this condition can continue through adolescence. Studies suggest that 6% of the adults may have ADHD. It is estimated that about 6% of the adult population have ADHD. The majority of them remain undiagnosed. Only 1 in 4 of them seek for treatment.
So, how are we to describe people who are having ADHD? Symptoms of ADHD include being inattentive, hyperactive, and impulsive. So, assuming that I'm the one who is having ADHD, right? The following are the characteristics that I will have. In being inattentive, I tend to make careless mistakes in my work as I do not pay attention to the details. During lectures or conversations, I tend to not listen well to them very much as my mind wanders off and gets distracted by extraneous stimuli easily. I have a difficulty in organizing tasks as well, especially those that require sustained mental effort. For cases of me being hyperactive and being impulsive, I might fidget around or squirm around in my seats. At other times, I might leave my seat due to restlessness. I might as well play not quietly, as for instance, running about or climbing about. And I tend to talk non-stop, especially those of the topics that are in my field of interest, as if I'm on the go or driven by a motor. I tend to interrupt or intrude on others during their conversations or the activities they're doing because I cannot wait for my turn because of due to my restlessness and my hyperactivity and my impulsivity.
We highlighted the three most common misconceptions. The first one is that ADHD only affects boys. Now, this isn't true, as gender has no effect on the likelihood of someone having ADHD. Girls are just as likely as boys to have ADHD. Now, this is harmful to girls with ADHD because it can lead to them not being able to receive the proper treatment, as their parents or the people around them may not believe that they have ADHD. The second misconception is that the medication for ADHD turns its users into druggies. This is similar to the misconception that that vaccines cause autism. This myth is simply not true, as the side effects for ADHD medication does not carry the same horrible side effects as common horrible drugs such as heroin or cocaine or meth. This misconception is harmful because not only does it lead to people having a narrow idea and understanding of people with ADHD, but it can also lead to people with ADHD not being able to receive the proper treatment and medication, as people around them may think it's harmful for them. The third misconception is that ADHD is caused by bad parenting. It's been scientifically proven that ADHD is more likely to be caused by genetics or environmental factors than bad parenting. This idea is harmful because it gives horrible implications about the parents of people with ADHD, and not only does that lead to again a narrow understanding on ADHD and those with it, but it also leads to the marginalization of people with ADHD.
There are many possible causes of ADHD, and one of them includes the exposure of toxic substances such as alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and nicotine contained in cigarettes that taken by mothers during the pregnancy period can increase the child of having ADHD. Apart from that, a serious blow to the head from trauma or car accident can also cause an individual to develop ADHD. This is because the impact made damages part of the brain that is responsible for your motor activities and impulses. But the real cause of ADHD is still unknown. Scientists have said that genetics do play a major role in the development of ADHD. Therefore, if any of your family members are diagnosed with ADHD, it is possible for you to inherit that part of the trait also. Thank you.
Psychotherapy, this is where the patients talk about their feelings and learn to cope with the disorder. They learn how to handle their emotions and behavior, control their aggression and tension. This is where patients or people with ADHD learn to feel better and more comfortable with themselves, and so despite their disorder. Other ways of treating ADHD could be in getting really involved in physical activity, so channeling all those hyperness into a sport, or maybe sticking with a strict routine. To treat people with ADHD, they are given medication and psychotherapy. Starting off with medication, they are given stimulants, which is a drug that helps curb hyperactivity and impulsivity. This means it helps them focus more in their working area or the schools for kids who have ADHD. These drugs are completely safe as they are under medical supervision. Unfortunately, they have some minor side effects such as insomnia, increase in irritability and anxiety, and decrease in appetite. But these side effects can be reduced by having, for example, for insomnia, they have their medication earlier in the day.
ADHD does not have to stand in the way of having a productive or successful life. Some of the world's accomplished athletes, musicians, actors, TV personalities, and entrepreneurs struggle with ADHD. However, they do not let their diagnosis get in the way of their success. In fact, most of them said that condition that they're struggling with has contributed a lot to their success. For instance, Michael Phelps, who was diagnosed with ADHD since he was little. To him, swimming isn't just a winning sport. It is a way for him to cope with his ADHD by keeping him focused and disciplined. Besides that, Jamie Oliver, the British famous celebrity chef, was also diagnosed with ADHD since he was little. He hopes that other children can do away with potentially hazardous additives in food that makes it even tougher for ADHD kids, which is one of the reasons why he started dwelling with food in the first place. There are many other celebrities that struggles with ADHD apart from those that we displayed in the poster, such as Mike Tyson, Walt Disney, and Virgin Atlantic founder Sir Richard Branson. Often in this world, ADHD still remains undiagnosed and undertreated. While awareness about ADHD has certainly grown, we have a very long way to go before we're able to help ADHDers everywhere. When every one of us do our part in spreading the word, increasing ADHD awareness is easy. Just imagine what you can achieve.